Hi guys, I'm Asnith, and today I am going to bring you another raw food recipe. All right, so I kind of want to dive right into it. I took this recipe from a chef called Julian Love. Only thing I've kind of adapted in this recipe is that I'm not going to add capers to my dry part. So today I'm going to be making raw vegan Caesar salad. All right, so just going to dive right into it. So for this recipe, you will need 1 cup of cashews. So in the recipe, it says you can soak these for an hour. I chose to soak these overnight. So 1 cup of cashews for me soaked overnight. Also, you will need 2 garlic cloves, 1 nori sheet, lemon, some salt, some mustard, oil, half a cup of oil, and water. So that makes up our wet ingredients. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that first, and then I'll talk a little bit more about the dry ingredients. So I'm going to dump my cup of cashews into the blender. So when I soak these overnight, the next day I get up, I rinse them really well before I actually use them in the recipe. So that's 1 cup of cashews, 2 garlic cloves. You need 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. As you can see, I did not do mine ahead of time. I'm just doing it right on the spot. So if you're squeezing it like me, you just want to make sure that all the seeds are out of the lemon juice before you add it into the blender, because lemon seeds don't taste good, you know, when you're eating your salad. So try and avoid it. All right, so that is 2 tablespoons. Next thing I'm going to add is my half a cup of oil. I'm using olive oil, cold pressed olive oil. I'm going to go ahead and add that into the ingredients. The next thing you're going to need is half a cup of water. I'm going to add that also. Next thing you'll need is, I think it's 1 teaspoon. I just have to double check. Yeah, so 1 teaspoon of 2 teaspoons of mustard. That might be a little too much for me. I'm going to do just 1 teaspoon. And I'm doing it by eye, guys. So if you like exact measurements, up to you. It's 2 teaspoons, but I'm kind of just doing 1. The next thing I'm going to add is my teaspoon of salt. I'm doing that by eye too. And some people, you know, you may want a little more in yours. Totally up to you. A lot of times when we're going over raw ingredients, you have to adapt this to your taste buds. So I'm doing 1 teaspoon of salt, but maybe for you, you need more than, you know, you might need 2, but you do need to watch the amount of salt that you are eating. So just keep that in mind. The next thing I'm going to add, and the last thing for this dry ingredients, is 1 nori sheet. And you can peel this. Me, I just, you know, throw it in there all impatiently. So then I'm going to blend this. That took my blender no time. All right, so I'm just going to grab I'm going to talk to you about the dry parts of this recipe. So you will need romaine lettuce. So me, I bought the romaine not already cut up. I cut it up myself because it's a little bit more cost effective to just buy the heads and then cut it up yourself. I cleaned it all up, and I'm just going to take it out. Oops. And I'm going to add it right to the plate that my nori roll was on. So you can be really generous with this romaine lettuce, because as you know, greens are really good for you. So, you know, to kind of overdo that, it's not going to be a negative for you. And then the next thing I want to add is some cucumbers. Now you can use a whole cucumber. I didn't. I'm using less than a quarter, maybe even less than that. I'm just going to sprinkle that on top. But if you love it, you know, add you more. With this, you could be so generous with things like this. And then the next thing I'm going to add is my avocado. I just have half of a small avocado. You can always add more if you like. And then I'm going to pour my salad dressing on there, guys. This is kind of the best part of it. I'm just gonna stir this a little more, make sure that this oil got in there good. I'm gonna pour it onto my salad. Look how good that looks, guys. I have to pick it up and show you. And you know, I prepared a bowl ahead of time to actually show you it, but then I forgot. So that's how that works out sometimes. And before I show you, I'm just going to add one more thing to my salad. I love adding black pepper on top of Caesar salad. I don't know why, I just think it makes it pop. And I'm going to add the black pepper. And voila, guys, there's my Caesar salad. Now I'm going to say you can be generous with your dressing if you like. Just remember, this is cashews. Kind of not the way that it's originally mixed when it's not a raw recipe. So just keep that in mind as you're eating, because it doesn't look like it's heavy, but it can be heavy. So I hope that I showed you an easy way to make a meal. This is kind of the bowl I had ahead of time that I planned to show you guys, but I kind of totally forgot. So this is just really good. I'm just gonna chew it up before I finish talking to you. So, like I say, this is a really quick and easy meal to make. To me also, when the dressing sits a little longer, it tastes even better. Once the ingredients mesh a little bit more. Just gotta finish doing. So on that note, if you would add anything, let me know. If you would change anything, let me know. Until next time, have a great taste.